Hi guys, let's try again for a new pattern. Go down here to pattern focus and go to the next one, which is male female. Interesting. Come up here and find this. So this one is by Linda Ray, which is Texas Doxy Mama, and it was redrawn by Nicole. So step number one, looks like we are going to do some parallel lines and then do a zigzag in there. And then, excuse me, on top of the zigzag, I'm going to put some circles. Every other one, we're going to color in dark. And then underneath there, we're going to go this way. That's what it looks like step 4 is. Not sure why we do that, but not sure why we do that. But then the next step is going to be to draw a line in the middle of those zigzag like that, and then color every other spot in dark. So we end up with this. So you end up with the dots, you end up with this, and this little bit that hangs down the end. Can you see that? For some reason we need this little bit that hangs down the end. I might condense this instead of drawing zigzags. For me, it might be easier for me to pick some spots along here. Perhaps I'll do my dots first and then go down and down and down and down and overlap that line. That might be easier for me to draw. I don't know. I will try both ways. But, you know, I always have to draw what's easiest for me. Just the way I am. So let's give this a go. I'm going to turn on the light. Close your eyes, everybody. Ah! Okay, better. Going to grab myself a pencil, make myself a little bit of a string. I do kind of like this where it's like that, and maybe like that. I'm going to do it like that. That feels good to me. So I'm actually going to make the border. Like, you know that I don't always do that, but that's where I feel like I want to start. And I am going to go ahead and draw these lines. Like that. And like this. Let's start with that. Now for this one, I'm going to draw it just like the step out. No, the smaller one, I think. They're pretty much the same size. But I think I'm going to draw this one just like the step out. And then this one I'm going to draw the other way and see which way I like it better. So with this one, I'm going to draw the zigzag first. And then on top of the zigzag, we're going to put some circle. Like this. And in between one and the one on the top here gets colored in. Okay, that's that step. And then this step, we then go like that. Okay, and then we draw through there. And then color every other of the triangles, this one. But I'm going to make that easier on me by getting my bigger pen. And color in. Okay. I should know better than to comment on a popular post on Facebook just before I start drawing, because then I end up with a lot of notifications while I'm drawing. So if you hear my phone going off, I try to keep my phone on vibrate only though, so you don't get a whole lot of sounds, but you know, you can hear it. I know you can hear it in the... So I apologize for bzz, bzz sounds. Do, do, do. Sounds like the contractor is on lunch, so I have a few minutes of quiet. That's good. They've done a lot of digging today. Wow, I went out there, checked. I need to take my camera downstairs, but I was on the tripod and I didn't want to move it. So I'll have to take pictures later. I finished drawing today, and then I have a massage scheduled. Oh, I need a massage so bad. So you guys may remember, if you've been watching these in order, we enjoyed ourselves at comedy show. Jeff Dunham ventriloquist. Very much enjoyed myself, but the seats were really bad, uncomfortable, and I am really stiff. So take myself to massage. So I think on this side, I'm going to do it slightly different, and I'm going to do the circles first. And I'm just going to put them spaced how I feel led to do so. They're a little bit bigger. That's alright. And then I'm going to color every other one in. I did not do such a good job with this one, but that's alright. Sometimes I still have troubles getting in the right part of my trifocal. I don't see at 100% like I should, but it is what it is. And then I'm going to choose here and make a like that and like that. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to choose here and come over, and I'm going to cross that like that. One V over there. It's going to come up. And something like that. That was just as easy to draw. So whichever direction way works best for you, go ahead and do that. I'm going to do this. And then I think this time, instead of coloring these triangles in dark, I'm going to do lines. Because I feel like it. These ones are going to go this way. And I'm going to turn my tile to do the other ones. Actually, I think I'm going to do them this way. There's a Facebook discussion happening on the Tangle It Pattern Club about what do you do when somebody says that Zentangle isn't art. Well, first off, you know it's art. If you don't want to call yourself an artist, that's fine, but you know that you are creating art. There are many, many, many different art forms. And the art of drawing is just one of them. There's painting, there's sculpture, there's music, there's drama. There's a lot of different types of art, right? Now, whether or not you like a particular art form has nothing to do with whether or not the art form is a legitimate art form. That has nothing to do with it. You know, a lot of people will say, well, Jackson Pollock threw paint on a canvas and that's considered art. And, how hard was that? Well, it wasn't hard. But just because art doesn't have to be hard for it to be art, right? Just because it's accessible to other people and that you can teach it to others in an easy manner doesn't mean that it's less art than a very difficult oil painting of a portrait. It doesn't make it any less art. So my 2 cents was to get the definition of art from Google, which definition of art.
Art, the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't Zentangle primarily meant to be appreciated for its beauty or emotional power? Whether it's the beauty or emotional power from the viewer, or whether it's the beauty or emotional power from the artist, either way, it's meant as an expression of beauty or emotional power, right? That automatically makes it art. So, when you encounter that, if you encounter that, most of that is probably coming from that person's perception that art has to be something difficult, or that you have to have had a large amount of classes or that it's not something that's easily attained. Maybe they have had their own experience of being told that their attempts at doing something artistic were squashed. And so maybe we need to invite those people who are being negative toward this art form and say, would you like me to teach you? You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. And, you might feel differently about it if you start creating small, manageable sized works of art. Maybe they think that it's not art because it's in a tiny form. Some people think that. So who knows why they're saying that it's not art? Just ask them, well, why do you think it's not art? What is your definition of art? And why is your definition of art more valid than the definition from the dictionary? So, don't be confrontational. Don't take it personally. But find out. It could be that person has just had some really traumatic events surrounding art. And share your love and your passion for Zentangle and patterning. Share that with them and say, this is why I do this. This is what it's about. It is an art form, but it's also meditative. It's not specifically designed for the end product. It's designed for the joy of the moment, the Zen, while creating the patterns. Oops, I forgot coloring in a spot. This one's going to need color right here. Some of you are yelling at me, I know, because you tell me. I was telling you there you missed a spot. Or sometimes I get all the way through and have it published and somebody says, you missed a spot. Yeah, some people can have such strong reactions to art, and I think that's part of what makes art sort of universal, is that it does create some strong feelings. And can I say I like every single art form? Absolutely not. I find that there are those in some of the expressionist movements, the movements where they are using very unconventional materials like human waste or those things. I find them to be not of my liking. I just do. But I can't say that it's not art, because it's an expression of it's meant as an expression to create an emotion, a feeling, and it does that, and it does it well. Sometimes that feeling is an emotion of disgust. It works. So I can't say it's not art. I can just say I don't like it. That's a different thing altogether. But just because it's not a traditional painting, I mean, some people think that the only art that's art is a painting. And that's possible that that's what that person's saying. It's not a painting. Or that art must be representational. A lot of people don't get abstract. They think that, it's not art if you didn't draw a flower, or you didn't draw a boat or a dog or something that they can recognize. then it's not art. And that's possible that that's what's happening here as well. Who knows? But a lot of people don't get abstract. And if you are interested in the Zentangle art form and all of its nuances, yeah, you like abstract and you understand abstract, and abstract touches your soul. Some people don't get it, and that's okay. They don't have to get it, but you know, they do have to respect that it is a legitimate form of art. So anyway, that's been the discussion we've been having on Facebook. If you want to join us over there, we would love to have you. Go to Tangle It Pattern Club. The link is in the description box of my video. And come on over and join the group. You don't have to be somebody who actually draws patterns and posts pictures. That's okay. If you don't want to post, that's cool. But, you know, come join us, because there's all sorts of fun and lively discussion that happens over there. And I will see you tomorrow. Go out and be a blessing in somebody's life today, and I will try to do the same. Bye-bye.